Let's get right into it. Number 10. The gravity pull sensation. Ever stood at the edge of a tall building and felt like something was trying to pull you forward? It's not just you being weird. Your brain gets really confused when you're up high looking down. Your eyes are saying, "Whoa, that's really far down." But your inner ear, which helps you balance, is like, "Nah, we're just standing still." This mismatch makes your brain freak out. It creates this weird sensation of being pulled like an invisible magnet. This sensation is so common that almost everyone has felt it, but hardly anyone talks about it. The feeling is typically very brief, but in those few seconds, it can feel super intense. Scientists found that about 80% of people experience this sensation. It's your brain's way of saying, "Hey, maybe step back a bit." Think of it as your body's built-in safety system having a false alarm. The craziest part is that this sensation has nothing to do with actual gravity getting stronger. It's all in your head, literally. Some people feel it even in virtual reality. Put someone in VR goggles showing a high place, and their brain still pulls this trick. So, next time you feel this weird pull, just remember your brain is just being a bit overprotective. Number 9. Deep unreachable itch. Imagine feeling an itch that's buried so deep inside your body that no amount of scratching can reach it. It's like having a mosquito bite underneath your muscles, or an annoying tickle between your muscles that your fingers just can't reach. These phantom itches aren't just annoying, they're your nerves playing tricks on you. Your nervous system is like a complex network of electrical wires. Sometimes these wires get their signals crossed and start sending false alarms to your brain saying, "Something's itchy down here," but there's nothing actually there to scratch. Scientists call this a neuropathic itch, which means your nerves are sending false signals. Some people get these deep itches in their shoulders or back muscles, particularly near the shoulder blades. They'll scratch until they're red and raw, but the itch is still there, laughing at your attempts. Regular anti-itch creams don't help because they only work on your skin. It's like trying to fix a broken engine by washing your car. Sometimes these itches move around, playing hide and seek with your fingers. Just when you think you've found the right spot to scratch, the itch relocates like some kind of neural ninja. Number 8. Fingertip buzz. Ever notice that weird electric feeling in your fingertips after scrolling on your phone too long? Like tiny electric ants are having a party under your skin. This bizarre sensation has a fancy medical name, paresthesia. Think of your nerves like tiny garden hoses carrying signals to your brain. When you press on them for too long, like when you're endlessly scrolling through social media, you're basically putting a kink in those hoses. The blood flow gets a bit messed up, and your nerves start sending static instead of clear signals. Then when you finally move your hand, all those squished nerves wake up at once. That's when the buzzing kicks in. All those backed up signals suddenly rush through, creating that weird buzzing feeling. Some people get it from typing too much or playing video games for too long. Others feel it right before going on stage to perform. It's like their body is giving them jazz hands from the inside. Your body is basically sending you a message, "Hey, maybe take a break?" Instead of just telling you normally, it decides to create a mini party in your fingertips. The buzzing usually goes away in a few minutes. Number 7. Vision's brief blur. Ever notice how sometimes your vision just glitches? Like you're walking down the street, everything's normal, then suddenly the world goes fuzzy for a split second. It's like someone smudged the lens of reality. Your brain is running a super complex visual program 24/7, and sometimes it needs to do a quick reset. Scientists have some interesting theories about why this happens. Sometimes it's because your eyes got a bit too dry, like a camera lens that needs cleaning. Other times, tiny blood vessels in your eyes do a quick dance, messing with your vision for a moment. Now we know it's just your eyes doing a quick system reboot. Picture it as your brain hitting the refresh button on your vision. It usually happens when you've been staring at something for too long, or when you suddenly move your head too fast. Most of the time, this blur lasts shorter than a sneeze. By the time you notice it, it's already gone. The coolest part? Your brain is so good at fixing this glitch that most people forget it even happened a few seconds later. It's like your personal visual autocorrect, quietly fixing typos in your reality. Number 6. Afterimage hangover. Ever stare at a bright light and then see weird ghost images floating around? Your eyes have tiny workers called photoreceptors. When you look at something super bright, these little workers get exhausted, like they've just run a marathon. They keep sending weird signals to your brain. It's like pressing pause on a video game, but the image stays burned into your screen. The crazy part is how these afterimages show up in opposite colors. Look at a bright red light, and you'll see a ghostly green blob floating around afterward. Stare at a yellow sun, and you'll get a weird blue dot following your vision everywhere. These afterimages follow your eyes exactly. The longer you stare at the bright thing, the longer these ghost images stick around. It's like your eyes are getting revenge on you for making them work overtime. You might notice this when you walk out of a dark movie theater into sunlight, or when someone takes a photo with flash. These ghost images usually hang around for about a minute, so next time you're seeing floating spots after looking at your phone screen, remember your eyes aren't broken. They're just throwing a tiny rave party in your head. Number 5. Seeing stars flash. Ever bonked your head or sneezed really hard and seen those weird, sparkly lights dancing in your vision? These little light shows happen when your retina, the light-sensing part at the back of your eye, gets a sudden jolt. Think of your retina like a really sensitive motion detector. When you bump your head or sneeze hard, it's like someone's shaking that detector. Your eye cells get all excited and start firing off signals to your brain saying, light, light, light. But here's the weird part. There's no actual light there. It's just your brain getting confused by all these sudden signals. Scientists call these phantom lights phosphenes. You can actually make yourself see these lights on purpose by gently pressing on your closed eyelid. Those weird swirly patterns you see? Same thing. Even something as simple as rubbing your eyes too hard can trigger this internal light show. Astronauts in space report seeing these same kinds of flashes, but instead of being caused by bumps or sneezes, they're seeing cosmic rays zipping through their eyeballs. While seeing occasional stars is normal, frequent light shows without an obvious trigger might mean you should get checked out. Number 4. Tongue's ghost taste. Ever had your mouth suddenly taste like you've been licking pennies, but you haven't eaten anything metallic? In fact, you haven't eaten anything at all. Your tongue is sending taste signals to your brain when there's nothing there to taste. Scientists call this dysgeusia, which is basically when your taste buds go rogue. Picture it as your tongue's version of seeing things that aren't there. Sometimes it's metallic, sometimes bitter, sometimes just plain weird. Certain medications can cause this. Acid reflux can send a taste sample back up. Even pine nuts can leave a metallic taste that hangs around for weeks. It's like they're throwing a party in your mouth and forgot to clean up afterwards. Sometimes it's just your mouth needing a good brushing. Bacteria in your mouth are like tiny chefs cooking up questionable flavors. For most people, these ghost tastes are just temporary visitors. They show up uninvited, hang around being annoying, then leave without saying goodbye. But if that metallic taste becomes a permanent roommate, it might be time to chat with a doctor. Number 3. Sudden olfactory flash. Ever been walking down the street when suddenly you get hit with the smell of burning rubber or rotten eggs out of nowhere? But when you look around, there's nothing there that could be causing that smell. This is actually a real thing called a phantom smell, or phantasmia. About 1 in 15 adults experience these ghost smells regularly. Women tend to get these phantom smells more often than men. Scientists think it might have something to do with hormones. Your brain is basically having a smell hallucination. These phantom smells usually aren't pleasant. It's never the smell of fresh cookies or flowers. Your brain decides to treat you to lovely aromas like burning hair or chemical fumes. Sometimes it happens because of a migraine. Other times it's because your sinuses are acting up. And sometimes your brain just decides to spice up your day with a random terrible smell. The good news is these phantom smells usually only last a few seconds. Number 2. Motionless sway. Ever stepped off a boat and felt like you're still on it? Your brain is basically gaslighting you, telling you you're moving when you're standing completely still. Inside your ears, there's a tiny system that works like your body's personal gyroscope. When you're on a boat, this system gets used to the constant motion. But when you step onto solid ground, your internal gyroscope keeps thinking you're still moving. It's like when you get off a treadmill and your legs think they're still running. Some people get stuck with this feeling for days or even weeks. Imagine trying to pour your morning coffee while feeling like you're standing on a waterbed. Scientists found that this happens more to women between 30 and 60 years old. But it's not just boats that can cause this. Planes, trains, and even long car rides can leave you with this phantom motion feeling. The weirdest part? Some people's brains get so confused, they actually feel better when they get back on a boat. Scientists call this mal de débarquement, which means, I got off the boat but my brain didn't get the memo. Number 1. Hot-cold flip-flop. Ever touch something and your brain just completely glitches out about whether it's hot or cold? Your skin has 2 different types of temperature sensors. One type spots cold stuff really fast, like a caffeinated security guard. The other type detects heat, but it's more like a sleepy mall cop. It takes its sweet time. When you touch something that's very cold, your speedy cold sensors fire off signals so quickly that they actually confuse your brain. It's like your brain getting a text that says cold, but reading it upside down as hot. This mix-up only lasts for a split second before your brain figures out what's actually happening. But in that moment, You get this weird sensation where cold feels hot, or hot feels cold. This happens most often with metal objects because they conduct temperature really well. So next time you grab a cold can from the fridge, and it feels weirdly warm for a moment, you're not imagining things. Your brain is just doing its best impression of opposite day. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.